Hey everyone, it's Justine and welcome to a new video. Today I'm taking part in a video hop, so be sure to stick around to listen to all the instructions because there's prizes to be won and other designers to check out. Today's video is going to be about how to use a 6x6 paper to make 4 very quick and easy cards. I know that you're going to be watching many videos today for the video hop, so I tried to keep things short and sweet. Let's get started. The first thing I did was take the nesting label die from Catherine Pooler Designs and a piece of patterned paper from the Love Doves and Poinsettia paper pack, and I die cut that using my Gemini Junior die cutting machine. I then on one side took a 1-inch piece off of one side so that I had enough to cover my entire card panel lengthwise, and then I went ahead and cut a piece of 2.5 by 4 inch of the cardstock. Now there's not a whole lot left over to this 6x6 piece, so my next move in order to create my fourth card today was to actually die cut an area out of that big label that I had die cut earlier. So I grabbed one of the smaller pieces of the nesting die and I secured it with some purple tape and die cut that little piece. Not only did I get an extra piece of patterned paper for a second card, but I went ahead and die cut a piece of white cardstock to stick in the middle of this frame as well so I could add a sentiment inside the frame. That's of course optional, but I did like the stitching on that nesting die, so I wanted to add that white piece in the middle. I'm now going ahead and putting all of the patterned paper onto some card panels that measure 4 by 5.25. So I have this sort of half sheet of cardstock that's covered in the beautiful patterned paper, a nice stripe which is so common in card sketches. I then went ahead and added this frame, and I decided it would look better as a horizontal card, and I added that piece of white in the center so that I'd have that nice stitching area as well around my sentiment. And then for the fourth card, before I move on, I just wanted to mention that I added a small piece of trim to this card here. I think going from pattern paper to pure white is not enough break off between the two, so I added that black piece of trim on there. So I did cheat and I did use a little bit of extra cardstock. So this small piece was my last one, and I simply just added a white frame in the center. And now we're ready to really get started. So I wanted to show off some of the stamp sets that I'm going to be using that are a part of the new release. There are just some really pretty stamp sets and very basic Christmas images that you could use for all sorts of holiday cards. And then this last one here is really perfect for things like envelopes or decorating small packages. All of them are available in the new release that I'll have linked below in the video description, as well as the link directly to the store for them. I'm now going ahead and adding sentiments to my cards. You could really jazz these up as much as you like. I could have also stamped a background die behind this card if you think this is a little bit too clean and simple of a look for you. It's completely up to you. I then went ahead and added a couple more details to make these cards a little bit more than just a clean and simple card. I added these really fun brackets here, and I decided to go ahead and stamp the first one here on the bottom in the center. And then what I did was I flipped it around, added the sentiment onto my block, and then stamped that in. Just a little tip, I accidentally didn't get enough ink on my stamp when I had stamped it, so if you're stamping in black, just grab a black fine liner pen and fill in the lines yourself. If you didn't miss much, this isn't hard to do. I'm not very artistic when it comes to drawing, and I was able to do this no problem, and I'm sure you wouldn't even notice. You can add as many of the little stamped images around this to decorate it as you like, whether you want to decorate in red or green or black to match the cardstock. They all match Catherine's inks, so her pattern paper matches her inks, which is really fun. I decided to add another little pop of color here by going in with an R29 COPIC marker in order to just make that sentiment pop out a little bit, since the background of the pattern paper is quite busy and it was taking away from the sentiment. I love the whimsical font of these Noel and Peace and these really fun stamps, and I think they add a little bit of fun to this series pattern paper. And once again, you can add things in red, green, black, or any other color that you wish to make them more interesting. The last card was probably my most detailed. I had a really large space to fill, and the sentiments weren't quite big enough to really take up a lot of space. So I went ahead and added this really fun elf that is holding a sign that says no peeking. I went ahead and did some Copic coloring, and in the end it turned out just fine. As I mentioned earlier in the video, this is a part of a video hop, so be sure to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment on each one of the videos in the video hop. The reason being is that you can win a $25 gift certificate to Catherine Pooler Designs just by commenting and subscribing on the videos. There aren't too many videos in the video hop. There are 10 in total. So I have the next person, who is Ingrid, listed in the video description below. You're going to hop to her channel, and then you're going to hop to the next one and the next one until you get back to my channel. So wherever you started, that's going to be the last one that you land on. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I hope you enjoy your week. Bye-bye.